Hello and welcome back to Maroonford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is Nami's water. And today I wanted to play some Nami, but if you know me, you know I despise the Thriller Bark engine. I find it very boring that it's taking over every yellow deck. In Loria, it's cool, but I don't like that every yellow deck is turning into a slot pile. So when I saw Imran's topping list from the Warsaw Regional a couple of weeks back, I knew I wanted to try out some Sky Island Nami. But first, if you're in the market for some new TCG products, you've got to check out Sleeve Chief. From binders to deck boxes to playmats, they've got all sorts of really high quality TCG products. And today at 8 PM Central European time, there is a restock of their popular Gengar binder. In addition to that, if you prefer One Piece style things, there's also this Nami binder or the Emu deck box, one of my favourites. And if you do make a purchase, make sure you use code MARINE for a nice 5% off. Thank you to Sleeve Chief for sponsoring this video. So the idea of this build is that the 7-cost Robin from the new set combos extremely well with your Nami's leader effect. You get to take one card from your life to your hand, which will then proc your leader effect, and then you heal, and then you get to play out 5-cost Sky Island. We've got a few different options that are all pretty solid. The 4-cost Zoro is great to heal, so you can get a draw one off your leader effect, get a draw one off of this, heal, obviously you have to trash one for that, but then you get to develop 2 bodies as well. You can play Wiper, who is not in Imran's list. It's not in all lists, but I really do like it for the Penel matchup and the Lucy matchup. Into Penel, getting with all those priests can create some really nice board states. And into Lucy as well, just dealing with all the Rebecca blockers is really nice, because you can sometimes struggle for bodies into Lucy. And whilst his Wiper is very easy to remove, he just deals with all the Rebeccas, which is solid. The other option you can play is this 5-cost Luffy. This is again quite good into Penel because they rely on events a lot for their counter. But this also introduces randomness in the Ace matchup, which is one of your tougher matchups, in my opinion. And being able to play this out, and it's like, okay, well, if you block with Newgate, your Newgate might just die. If you block with Newgate and then I flip like a Robin, this guy's a 14k, and then you've got to give me 2 cards. You're not really getting an effect out of your Newgate anyway. So this card's kind of nice for the Ace matchup. It's also just kind of nice in general. Getting to spawn 2 7s on your 7th on turn, or 8, is really, really good. This combo does kind of rely on you having Girl in play, but the fact that this Luffy, if you play this one, will actually become tapped, means that you're not as vulnerable as you might be otherwise if you have a dominant leader, because your opponent's going to be incentivized to try and clear this Luffy, because it just swings for 7 every turn. If you play the Wiper, you obviously clear all the weenies into Penel, so they have less pressure on you as well. So you're not as vulnerable as you might think. I will say the Robin into Zoro combo is the one I've been enjoying the least, but it still absolutely has its place in healing you, drawing you a card, and developing 2 guys. So that's the core identity of the deck, is the Sky Island stuff. Of course, we're still playing all your usual stuff, your Borsalinos, your Namis. Kikunojo, only at 3, you could maybe go up or maybe go down, cut this entirely. It kind of doesn't happen that much when you don't have all the Moria triggers. We're not a trigger build, which I actually really like. I don't like leaning into the triggers, but it does mean that you feel the effect of those triggers much less often. But going with the build with the Robin and the Luffy, or the Robin into something, gives you more aggression into the decks where you have a tougher time in the late game, such as Ace and Mihawk, in my opinion. I'm not running the Searcher event. It would be nice for consistency, but there's just kind of a lot of things that I want to put in this build. The one kid is maybe cuttable, but it does introduce some pretty interesting lines, where you can just burn your opponent down to 0. Because a lot of decks will try and sit at sort of 1 against you because of Sanji, right? Obviously, they don't want to go to 0, but if you can force the issue with Kid, maybe you can just kill them on the next turn if your Kid sticks, or if you've got something else on the board, like a Nami from way earlier, that stuck around because she often does, right? 2 Gum Gum Golden Rifle hasn't really come up much, so that's another card that I'd be interested in maybe getting rid of. But both being a good big counter event, and also being able to heal you back from 0 to maybe combo with 7-cost Robin to heal you back to 2, is quite good. So, I don't know, I haven't played enough games really with this build to know how useful this card is, but I can see the vision with it for sure. For Newgate, because it's just Newgate, right? You need to see him in Mirror. He's really important for Mirror. And he's alright in most matchups. It's just a big guy, right? This card gets so much value. In terms of 2Ks, I'm on 4 Zeus. It's good into Lucy for dealing with Cavendish. You don't want to drop this on 5. You want to establish a guy. But dropping this on like your 7-Don turn, if you whiff Robin, maybe you just go like Wiper Zeus or something. The Zeus is good for dealing with Cavendish. Can also be okay in other matchups, but it's not very good into an L, because all they have that you can pop is Frankie. And in Mirror, you can pop Borsalinos, which is quite nice for when you're going for lethal. But other than that, there's a lot of 5 costs and Thriller Barks that you don't really want to expend a life resource to do. But Zeus is cool. For Leo, for the Lucy matchup, to try and stop them barrying your 6Ks. If you play this very early doors, they're not going to get rid of it until sort of beyond their first Sabo turn. And then he just bot decks himself. You don't have a ton of other characters that you want to get rid of. Maybe you can get rid of the Zeus if you've also played that into Lucy. So these 2Ks do sort of help with the Lucy matchup quite a bit. But Leo doesn't really do anything in other matchups, because an L, he can L4, but he can also just L4 the Leo, and then you're like, oh, okay, I've got to get rid of my Leo now. It's not that good into an L, but it is nice into sometimes. There are other 2Ks you could go for. You could max out your counts at Baby 5. You could even play, where is she? The Sky Nami Searcher, because we do have a reasonable amount of Sky Island targets, although this can whiff, so be careful with this one. Other than that, there's not that many other 2Ks. You could maybe go with Hiyori, but we only have 1 trigger. It can cycle you a card, which is okay, but it's not amazing. And if you do expect people to still be playing like Emu, then where's Hina? Hina's always good into Emu to deny War from blocking. It's not a great card, but there's options in the 2Ks. The Leo, the Zeus, and the Baby 5 are just the ones that make most sense to me. 1 Sanji, you could maybe go to 2, but everyone just tries to hit you to stay at 1. And this does combo nicely with the Kid, so I don't know. In a more good stuff build without this Sky Island package as well, I think you'd be certainly on at least 2 Sanji. Either way, that's my current build. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of things to change. I know a lot of people aren't huge fans of the Wiper, but I really like the value you get, specifically, like I say, against Enel. Overall, I think this build is a little bit weaker than Thriller Bark. It's slightly less consistent because you don't have those triggers to fall back on. But the high roll, when you get your Robin into a Luffy or into a Wiper on the turns where you need it, it's so strong. Giving you that extra 7k body is really good. You're maybe a little bit weaker versus Luna decks, because you do rely on more low-cost cards. We don't have that 8-cost Moria to dodge. But it is what it is. I just didn't want to play Thriller Bark. And I think this is the best build of Nami that is not Thriller Bark. Okay, got a game versus a Nell. Let's take first off them, of course. I like Girl. Zoro's not too bad. I think I would like to see my 5-cost and maybe one more thing, though. So I might get greedy here. I think I'm going to get greedy here. Well, it might not have paid off. That is a lot of Robins. If we can keep this Girl, the Robin will be good on 7, though. So, you know, we'll have to see. Don't think Leo's going to be terribly useful. We'll play this, ditch one of these Robins. Far too many Robins. You're arrested on here, swing for 7, draw 1. Zoro is nice for next turn. We've thankfully drawn something good for next turn. Also got Kiku. I think I'm going to prefer Zoro, but we do have the option now, which is interesting. He's playing another Shura. Lot of weenies here. If we can find a Wiper, we can have an insane play. We get rid of all of these. I think I will just ditch the Kiku, and then if he swings 7 with one of these weenies, then I'm just going to take it. It can even be 8. Look at that. Yeah, we'll just take this. I could toss the Leo, but I'm happy to take 1, because we're going to play Zoro this turn, and we may well deal another damage. Let's take this. Whitebeard's nice to have for later. 2 Whitebeards. I don't know that we need 2 right now. Whitebeard's reasonable in this matchup, but they can remove it fairly easily. I'm more into the healing stuff, so I think I'm going to go with the Zoro. Ditch a Whitebeard. Game 1. Put a Don on my Nami. Put a Don on my Nami. Swing for 7. And he's going to take. We'll draw a card. And we'll pass it out. Okay, so we've got the Robin. We don't have a target for it at the moment, though, so it's a little awkward. He just goes simple with the Enel. Love to see it. We'll see what he does here. He can obviously interact with our Zoro in many different ways. Reduce, rest, freeze, whatever. We'll just have to see what happens. Okay, L4's the Girl. That's a good play. Because now our Robin is a bit weaker next turn. So I'm probably going to ditch one of these Robins to go up to 7k. And then we'll take the Shura hit. So I don't really want to play one of these 7 drops without a way to put a Don on my leader. It's a little scary. Shot. Is he going to Mamaragan this and attack into that? Looks like it. I think that's fine. Nope, just Lightning Dragon. That's also fine. We've burned through a few effects there. And then we're just going to slam a big swing here. This is 8. Yeah. If we counter this, we could Robin. If we counter this with Leo, Robin, and don't put it on our leader, we still get the draw. And we don't hate taking sort of 2 swings next turn. Because we'd still be at 3. I think this might actually be an okay turn to use the Leo here. It's a big counter. Ooh. That's better than the Robin. That is much better than this Robin. We still get the draw from this effect, and we get to just pop all of his weenies. That feels really, really good. Deploy this, use the card action, gain 1 life. Play out Wiper. It doesn't really matter, we'll use Nami effect, draw a card, use Wiper effect, get rid of all his weenies. There's a Luffy there, good to know. And then we'll swing for 5. But clearing all those weenies makes not having a Don on the leader hurt a little bit less. Because he's likely to only have 2 swings next turn unless there's a Shura. And even going down to 2, we can heal next turn. We're not in the worst spot. And that's if we don't counter the leader swing, which it's highly likely we can if it's just a 6 or a 7. This, we're obviously, it's going to happen wherever it goes. If it goes into, yep, that's fine. You will get the Zoro. And then we'll see what he does with the rest of his Don. Just another Penel, keeping it simple. I mean, they're good swingers into Nami, so I can't blame him. These are really, really good swingers into Nami. Now, next time we've got the Robin. Turn after that is probably going to be Newgate, but we'll have to see. Trashes Vari. Makes sense. Not that relevant in this matchup. We don't tend to freeze. We'll see if he can interact with our Wiper. I'd prefer to keep it, just for the extra damage. If this is just a 5, we have to counter this. Because then we're only taking the Penel swing. Oh, no, the other Penel already swung. Swung into the Zoro. So I guess we get to stay at 5 life, which is kind of nuts. I didn't even clock that. That's bad, isn't it? That's bad. So we can do 777s here, which is very, very solid. Yeah, it's very, very solid. Is 1 Don open? I don't think that Don does anything. But it might, because he would have put it on leader to swing 6, surely. Regardless, let's just start with 7 from Robin. We get a Lightning Beast Chitin out, and maybe a Mamaragan. Nope, Reiju, I'll take that all day. Is there anything I could get that I'd prefer to play than this? Not really. But we may as well just swing 7 with this now. Is there any trigger he can have that would affect our Wiper? Not really. Not really. Let's just swing 7 now. There's nothing I can draw off the Robin that would really change my play. Is there ever a world where I don't swing this? I don't think so. I think swinging 7 is just too valuable. And if he has to spend these attacks, like attacking the Wiper and the Robin, then it kind of still works, right? Because we're just prolonging the game, and he is running out of resources. And we've got 1 Whitebeard. Mamaragan, we'll see a 2k here, I assume. Yeah, another kitten. And then we'll pass. We're at 5 life. Our board is reasonably scary. Yeah, it takes out the Wiper. You can take out the Robin as well. That is the downside of these Sky Island characters not having really good on-KOs. Is you can just take them out. And I will take this leader swing. I don't see a reason not to. Staying at 4 life, I think, should be more than enough. What if this is Shura? If I stay at 3, it's still kind of fine. Because we're going to have a Whitebeard next turn. I think we're fine to just take this one. We get a Robin. She's maybe okay later. We'll see. We got all these Gum Gum Golden Rifles as well. Reiju and another pudding, sure. We go over Lightning Dragon. That's not incredible, actually. Leo, another 2k, always nice to have. We don't really have another play anyway, so let's just slam the Whitebeard. Draw 2, trash 1. We can trash this Nami very safely. It doesn't do anything at the minute. And then we'll swing 7. He may well block in 1k here. Do we want to take out the Robin, the Reiju, or deal the damage? I think because we haven't drawn from leader effect this turn, swinging lead seems better to me. Push him down to 1. Looks like he had a trigger that he didn't want to use, so I assume that's Gamma Knife. And then we'll pass. Now we do have to be very, very, very careful resting this new gate, because Gamma Knife, Divine Departure. Although we can do it anyway, and I believe we know he has a MrMaChONaCHOMan. He might have used one since then, actually. What did he take last turn? He took a Lightning Dragon. What was the other thing he took? MrMaCHONaCHOMan. So yeah, okay. There's the Gamma Knife. Wow, if we're getting double Gamma Knife out on this new gate, though, that's insane value, right? That's insane value. We eat through the MrMaCHONaCHOMan as well. Yeah, there's the MrMaCHONaCHOMan. You can pop it with the pudding, that's fine. This Reiju cannot swing. Yeah, it's fine. Just let that go. And then we just counter leader swing. Take these 2 Penel swings. He can swing into the Robin, but it'd be a little interesting, I think. This is the last turn he could swing into the Robin, though, if he does want to try and clear it. Which would maybe not be the worst. 7 lead, yeah, we'll counter... Am I ever playing this? I don't think I'm ever playing this. Counter with this, and then I'll give... This doesn't hit base cost, unfortunately. This can hit... It's better than Leo. Leo's not useful. We'll trash that. Oh, it does attack here. Okay, do we want to defend? I think it's fine to just let that go and do the damage. I think it's fine. And then he doesn't swing this. That's interesting. We don't really have anything to do, actually. Which is also interesting. I think we do still want to establish a character, though. Unfortunately, can't play anything out. But we do get a draw 2, which is reasonable. And then we'll swing an 8, see if he has a 2k to save this Reiju. Otherwise, we're still in a really good spot for next turn. If this was the other Robin, it'd be much better. Maybe I'd have been better off saving one of those other Robins earlier. Wiper. Good to have. Scam Law. Not really worried. Hit our Golden Rifle and a Zeus, if you like. We were already way above 7. You could have just done that immediately, if you'd wanted to. Burns the Lightning Dragon that we knew he had. I don't see a way for him to win this one. He needs a blocker, and I don't know what blocker he can play for 2. You know? I think we're just kind of good here. Maybe there's something I'm forgetting. Oh, no, he has this blocker already. But we can Zeus this one, right? So he needs to deal with the... He kind of just can't win. If we just take all these... How many Lightning Dragons is that? Is that all 4? It's 3. He'd need Kitten, MrMaCHONaCHOMan, Lightning Dragon. Or MrMaCHONaCHOMan attack. I mean... We can honestly just keep taking these. There's no real danger. The only danger is he gets rid of this Robin and somehow still has a full hand of 2Ks. We'll just take again. It's whatever. Yeah, sure. If he got us to 0 there could have been some danger because we can't then Zeus, but... That's, in fact, the game. GG's. 15 and then 5, even if he has all 2Ks and MrMaCHONaCHOMan. Yeah, even if this is 5 2Ks, then we still win with the 5 from lead. And it's not. GG's, well played to our opponent. Penel, still pretty favoured. That wiper play was really huge. Getting rid of all those weenies, taking that aggression off of him, was really nice. It just removed his options. Dealing with the Ohm especially. The Ohm could have been relevant if that would still been on the board. Because you can Ohm, reduce the Robin, and maybe his MrMaCHONaCHOMan combo would have been easier. Regardless, I'll take the win against NL. It is why we play the deck. And it's nice to see that even the Sky Island build can get there. Got him to Sky Luffy. I've not played this deck in a minute, I can't lie. We'll take first. That's not really what I'm looking for. No girl, no Nami. Kiku's fine, but yeah, I don't think it's good enough. Hand's not great either, but it is what it is. Yeah, that hand's not great at all. Hopefully we can find something better for our early turns. He finds a wiper, good start. Makes our girl a little irrelevant. I mean, I'll swing. We'll swing. Hopefully we can find a 5 cost. It's a 5 cost, it'll do. It'll do. It's not ideal. I'd prefer Nami always, but this one is still pretty good. Swing's nice and large. It looks like he's going to be potentially swinging nice and large. Which we will lose the leader effect if we take for next turn. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he does swing 7. I might counter this. Here's a Gum Gum Golden Rifle. Yeah. I think I want to counter this so that we can get the leader effect next turn. I doubt he gives us 3 cards to stay at 4. Oh no, this doesn't have rush next turn, does it? We don't have 6 or more done. But we will also not have our leader effect online. If he goes and plays his own one, we'd be potentially going to counter at least a 6 and then take it. I think I'm going to counter this. I'll give up 1 Whitebeard, and then I'm going to give up 1 Borsalino, I think. So I want the option of this Robin. Yeah, I mean, top deck Nami would be literally the dream, but, you know, what can you do? Wiper's probably good next turn, off of the Robin. Wiper is probably good next turn. We'll swing 5, he'll definitely counter this one. I would assume. I mean, if he doesn't, then sure, I'll draw a card, right? But yeah, ditches a Robin. Seems good. And then we'll just go with Luffy. He doesn't have rush, but he will be able to attack next turn, which is cool. I imagine he might go with Luffy of his own and swing 6, 7. Which would be a little annoying. We never swing into his board. There's just no point. And there are niche situations where if you specifically don't want to activate triggers, or if we play a wiper, we can swing into his board. If it's the same. Okay, goes with Calgara, that's fine. I'm going to counter this to deny him the draw. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to counter this with the Zeus to deny the draw. I don't know what this 1 Don is for, maybe a Searcher. Otherwise, I feel like that would have been 6. We get a Kid. Not terribly useful. Yeah, it's just going to be Robin Wiper. We unfortunately still don't get a Don on our leader, which is a little annoying, because he's going to have a decent bit of aggression. But because we've stayed at 4, it's not the worst thing if we take even 2 hits. It's not the worst thing. Now, if we take 3, that's when it could get tricky. What do we want to start with? I think we'll start with this Nami swing for 5. He has less cards right now, so we'll make him counter early. I mean, he's still at the load, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then we'll go with the Robin into the Viper. We'll get the leader effect guaranteed. We get to swing for 8 with this Luffy, which is pretty cool. And we get to pop with these Shuras, which probably doesn't matter, but, you know, it's something. It is something. If we'd sing Girl, would have been pretty crazy. Yeah, give us another Robin. Nice to know that he's probably not in life, though. That's always good. Use the card action, gain a life, play out a Wiper, use the Nami effect, draw a card, use this effect, get rid of all those, use this effect, put one here, and then we'll swing for 8. This is likely to go through. We've got another Robin there. Another Robin's actually not too bad. Next turn. That's quite a nice card to see. He goes with the Wiper, so probably going to pressure our Luffy, but I'm fine with that. He whiffed his Robin, which is brilliant for us. Absolutely brilliant. 7 to 5. Yep, I'm not defending that. Not defending that ever. And then we'll take this leader swing, because I want to take this leader swing to get the Robin. He could Zeus our Wiper, I guess, which would be an option. Yeah, and we'll take this. He will get the draw off the Calgara. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're finally going to have our leader effect online this turn, which is great. Do I want to take out this Calgara? I think denying him his draw engine, it's weird, right? But we're attacking into a 4K. So he can obviously take life to defend it. But if we're doing that, it's the same as attacking his leader, except this is slightly smaller. And if he lets this go, I think that is net good for us long term, because it just denies him draw. So, could also go with Kid. So everywhere will we go with Kid. Over a second Robin Wiper. Could attack once. Probably burn the Zoro. Play the Kid, burn another life. It's a lot of pressure, actually. It's not too bad. You'd have to heal next turn. Don't hate the Kid. I think getting 2 more bodies down is good, though. Just for future pressure. There's the girl. We could play girl. I think with all these Wipers around, though, it's a little iffy. And then, yeah, I'll swing into this Calgara here. So what do we want to... We can do 777s, or I can do 6, 7, 8. Oh, let's do 6 to 4. See if he defends this. Don't think there's much benefit to playing girl at this point. Don't think so. And knowing the Zoro's here is good, because we have the option of a double heal on a future turn with Boss Zoro. It's another matchup that's pretty reasonable for us, though, just because we are big leader. Now, he could obviously play Penel next turn, but if his life is too high, then he can't do that. I think I'm going to swing... 7 to 4 here. See, he can keep taking life, but then at least he's not getting triggers, right? Sure. Now, if we attack lead, he definitely just won on events. I'm going to attack the Calgara again. If you take 3 life to defend this Calgara and go to 0, then that's kind of crazy. Might let this go now. Cool, but we dealt 2 damage and got rid of his draw engine. So I really don't think that's that bad. Oh, I have another Don from this, don't I? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. He needs to heal now. He absolutely needs to heal now. If he somehow doesn't, then Kid is insane. Wiper reveals Gadatsu. You've got to heal, right? You've got to play like Borsalino or something. At least Zoro. 7 to 5. How much of this board can we look to defend? When you have 1 2k, defending the Robin, if we save it from this swing though, he only has max 1 clear and we get to keep 3 dudes, which seems pretty good to me. So we'll not do that. We'll go 2k, 1k here, I think. I think this is a good turn to defend my Robin, because it's another 7k swing. And if he takes out this instead of the Wiper, it doesn't matter. The Wiper is still a 7k swing, because it gives itself a Don. 5 to 4. Unfortunately, we don't have 1 more 2k. He is going to play Borsalino, it looks like. But there's not a lot I can do about that. This could easily have been Zoro, and then that'd be a 6 at 4. I guess letting go of the Robin was maybe slightly better, but I don't think it matters too much in the long run. Now, is this a Kid turn, or is this a Whitebeard turn? We're definitely not swinging these Wipers. Definitely not swinging these Wipers anymore. Just comes down to, do I want a Nugate or do I want a Kid? If we kid and then swing like 7 with the Robin, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens as well, which probably eats the blocker, 4 cards, and maybe the last life as well. That feels really strong. That does feel strong. Oh, and he just leaves. Man, that's a shame. That's a shame. What was in his hand? Yeah, that's not looking too hot. He can double heal again, which he's kind of forced to. He can even triple heal, but it's expensive. Yeah. I think we had that one either way. If I Whitebeard, we still get to swing, what's it like? 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 9? Something like that. Yeah, 7, 8, 8, 9. And play a Whitebeard and draw 2 Trash 1. Which again probably deals the damage, the Borsalino, at least 2 cards. Kid might have been better there. I think I'd have probably gone with Kid and have the Whitebeard for next turn. But interesting nonetheless. Very commanding victory. He with Robin though. Little unfortunate. But it is what it is. We're a better Sky Island leader, I guess, sometimes. Got a game into a now we'll take first. I'm winning all the dice today, I must say. This is a really good curve. We don't have our early girl, but we have Nami on 5. We have Robin on 7. Very, very reasonable. Robin Luffy's probably the play. We're just going to get to be very, very aggressive. The one scary thing is we're not going to have a Don or leader on our 7 Don turn, so we need to be fairly aggressive with using the leader effect to defend, I think. We're getting to go first here is huge. It's absolutely huge. How many weenies does he find? Finds a Shura. Just a Shura. I'm never Zeusing the Shura. In fact, there's not much to Zeus at all in this matchup. Like, a Frankie is about the only thing. It's not a very useful 2k. But we will look to counter both of these hits, I think. I mean, certainly counter that one. How big is this? I mean, if it's... Okay, never mind. He's only swinging once. Good. Gets to deploy the Frankie early, which is nice, though. Getting to deploy the Frankie early is good. Trash the Lightning Dragon, draw 2. Seems strong to me. Kiku's a perfect draw to get rid of. We'll just go with Nami. Opponent takes a life. Use the card action. Swing for 6. Borsalino is good for later. He'll probably counter this one. Don't see him wanting to go down to 2 already. It's possible, but it seems unlikely. Yep. Ditches a kitten. Seems good. That's a good card, though. So to ditch that one is interesting. He probably doesn't have any L4s, because L4 is a bit weird in the Nami matchup. It is a bit weird. Now, if the Dons go on this Frankie, we're taking a damage. If not... But if they go on the Frankie, we get to clear the Frankie, so... It's kind of swings and roundabouts. Trash is a pink. Interesting. Where do the Dons go? Where do the Dons go? I think I want to counter as much as I can, as long as it's not the Frankie. Okay, so the Dons go on the Shura. So I can counter this pretty easily. It does involve giving up. Certainly not the Robin. It's probably the Zeus and the Kiku. Kiku and Zeus. Cool. Now, could Nami again. Don't hate it. Get to do Nami 7/7. I think establishing 2 guys just feels too good, and this gets rush, which is crazy. It's crazy. The only downside is we lose the Don on lead, which can lead to a decent bit of aggression this turn. But we're going to get a draw. We've got a 1k. Don't have any 2ks, but even if we go down to 2 life here, it's not the worst. We can heal next turn. We can even double heal if we really think we need it. But Borsalino should be enough next turn. So we may as well swing first. I will clear the Shura. Just because it's 1 less swing he has. And we'll go 6. And then we'll go 7. It's another kitten. 2 of them gone's never bad. We get a Robin out. And there's a Luffy. Use the card action. Zeus is great. Nice to have a 2k. And then, like, he can play board for sure. But if he plays board, then he's not pressuring us when we have 0 Don on our leader. So he loses some aggressive value in that way. And we got to swing through as well, which is alright. Not the best, not the worst. Next turn, probably a Robin. It can be Borsalino if it needs to be. But I think it's probably a Robin. We'll see where this 10 goes. 10 to 7, yeah, we unfortunately can't save that. But he dealt a damage and 8 a swing from the NL, which is pretty good value in my eyes. It's pretty good value. You obviously can't attack into this because we can just play another one. Or a Zoro, whatever. Send your pink, maybe grabbing Dragon. Yep, Dragon to freeze the Nami, right? Okay, Gamma Knife, maybe Elthor as well. Yep, Elthor pops the Robin. Lightning Dragon freezes the Nami. Really good turn for our opponent. 100% really good turn. He removed 2 bodies and froze 1. It's pretty strong. Does this Frankie actually swing though? It'll be interesting to see. Leader obviously swings 7 here. Yeah, I think I'm taking both of these. I think we just take both of these. Yeah, it's fine. We do have slightly too many cards in hand actually now. So well, will we like Zoro then Zeus? I don't think so. I think it is just Robin swing 7 into the Frankie. We lose the leader draw. Should have maybe counted the first 7. If I'd done the maths on my hand slightly better, it would have only cost us 1 card. I didn't love ditching my only 2k. It's a little scary. Scamlaw. Hit a girl and a Zoro. I don't care about the girl. Hitting the Zoro is a little annoying, but we did have 2, so it's not the worst thing. This card's really annoying. I actually really, really rate this card in NL. Every time my opponents play it, it feels like I'm like, oh shit, I wish you didn't do that. Now, I never using these Namis, so that's opposite the 1k. Is the Brick the Nugate or the Zoro? He's going to get to swing 10-10, which is pretty good. I think it's the Nugate. Another Lightning Dragon freeze. Pretty annoying. Yep. Yep. Sure. Ooh, that's a lot of bricks, actually. Maybe this wasn't the best play. I think the play here is Zoro Borsalino. He owns to draw 1. Yeah, that's way too many bricks. We need to double heal this turn. We need to double heal. So we'll go Zoro Borsalino. Do I want to take out this pink? I think I don't. Because the law can swing anyway. Swing this here. We either kill the law, which is kind of the same as killing the pink, or we get an extra card. Just throw a 6 at lead. I don't think killing this does that much for me. Can either block or take. I could give me double 2s. Yeah, blocks with the law. So we kind of got rid of one thing anyway. And getting rid of the law, I think, is better than getting rid of the pink. And then we'll go Zoro, ditch, Kiku, completely useless, and then pass. We healed twice. We've got a blocker. Developed 2 units, which is always nice. And we'll see what our opponent goes for here. That Scam Lord turn was really good, though. That Scam Lord got a lot of value. It got him out of a leader swing. Out of a hit at lead. Denied us a draw and scammed 2 cards out of our hand. So effectively scammed 3. And saved him a life, which is really, really good. Let's just go with an L this turn. Adding 1. Next turn's looking like maybe Robin. Be interested to see if the Ohm swings or not. Gamma Knife on what? Also Lino, I assume. Oh no, that was a trash on a Gamma Knife. Gotcha. Sure, MrMaChONaCHOMan then. MrMaChONaCHOMan, indeed. Sure. Rest the boss. Is he going to swing into it? I don't hate if he swings into it, though. Oh man, I keep doing that. I keep fucking... Why is there no confirm button? Oh man, that stinks. Man. I meant to use the Nami for the boss Lino effect. I obviously don't want to leader effect that. I wanted to leader effect one of these Luffys. If it eats a hit, it eats a hit. But that was really bad. I should have 1k more in hand. It's my fault. It is what it is. What a boob. If he has double Lightning Dragon, I get so punished for this. It's fine. It ate the hit anyway. But we would still have 1k more in hand. It's just terrible. He could look to take out the Robin this turn. It's not too bad. We have to let it go. We'd have to let it go regardless. But, no, I'd have 1 more 2k in my hand. That's wrong. I wouldn't have 1 more 1k. I'd have 1 more 2k. Yep. Let me think. Do we have a shot at lethal here with these double rush Luffys? Because these are going to get insanely, potentially, insanely large. The other option is just Robin. He'll back to 3. We can not be that worried about the Ohms. We can probably clear that pink. Is that safer than just going gung-ho with Rush Luffy? So we play this. He has to counter 5, 6, 6, 8, because these can potentially just become enormous. How many 2Ks has he used? He's used no Sanjis. We don't know if he plays that. He's used 4... event 2Ks, 1 at MrMaCHONaCHOMan. It's really tempting to go gung-ho this turn. Because I kind of fucked up last turn. But I think just playing it safe is better. For 1 more turn. We'll try and take out the pink. And then he has 3 big swings forward this. We have just about enough counter to be fine there. We'll be at 3 life anyway. I think, and then next turn we can always do the Luffy play. Yeah, I think it's better. Let's go 8 to pink. Try and clear this. Cool. Then we go 6, 6, 7. No, 6, 7, 7. Sorry, I lied. I mean, we still have the option. No, only if he takes this, we have the option. If he takes this, we have the option of the Luffy. It's just a gamble at that point, though. Like, if we have a big costed card here, and he takes this, this Luffy wins the game. But he should always count. He takes. Man, I want to go for it. I really want to go for it. This could be insane. At the bare minimum, it's a 1, right? The bare minimum, it's a 1. So all these 2Ks turn into 1Ks. So that means it's a 9K swing. You'd have to have 1K... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He'd have to have 5. Oh, it's so... If it's not a... We don't play any 1 costs. No, we play Leo. It could be Leo. We haven't seen any Leos. Man, I really want to go for this. The Robin's so safe, though. The Robin is so safe. But this could be a funny moment. Let it be known the Robin is the right play, but I want to go for the funny play. I want to go for the funny play. If he actually just has enough counter without events, then it's kind of dead. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's go gambling. This is the funny play. Oh, he just didn't have enough anyway. It wasn't Leo. They were both Leos. Bro, if he had 1-2K, I was just dead. That's so cooked. That was not the correct play. It was just not the correct play. Should have 100% played the Robin. And that was exactly Leo, which is the only card that fucks us there. Because if this is even Girl, it nullifies all of his 2Ks, right? So we'd have had to have enough counter without playing any events. That was very funny. He'd used, what, 6? Sorry, 5 and a Mama. Mama does nothing, though. Mama just makes us bigger. How was it a Leo, bro? Oh, man. I wish we'd actually got to see the effect pop off. But I guess we win. So, I hope you enjoyed those games. Apologies, I was matching nothing but an L today. Not gonna lie, I just matched an L and L and L. And I lost one game where I forgot to put a Don on my leader on 1 turn. I just lost off of that. So I didn't include that game. Every other NL I faced, I won. This deck still has a very reasonable matchup into that. I really wanted to find some Lucy's, but people don't seem to be playing that deck as much anymore. I don't really know why. Maybe it's just fallen out of favour a little bit. I know Mihawk is rising in popularity at the minute. But yeah, either way, thank you for watching and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.